Go for it.
Okay, the audio might be going crap, but
It's all good.
okay, so basically we went through three concepts. One is a linear extension, wherein essentially it's just like doing a static spin where your hand is staying in the same place and the poise creating a circle around it, except that you move your hand back and forth in a straight line, so you're creating a wiggle over, right?
Right.
So we played around with doing that in a straight up and down line, breaking the lights like you do, in a diagonal line and in a horizontal line. And we played around with the idea that you could then think of the box between the anti-spin as being a line to the side, line up, line to the side, and a line down.
Okay.
And thus work through these, right?
Right.
We also talked about how you can build up a tricuspid by say thinking of it as line to the side, diagonal, diagonal, line to the side, diagonal, diagonal. And that if you have problems learning any of these, you can think of it as going along those segments a few times until you can just go above it once, and once it that way. And one technique we talked about to learn Zan's diamond is to think of it as being a picture that's pointed up, but it's got a line going through the middle. So we would essentially do a triangle, up and down, triangle, up and down, and then we do a triangle pointing down, that also has a line going through it. And we use that line to switch back and forth. So triangle up, straight line, triangle down, straight line, triangle up, straight line, triangle down, straight line. Yeah, cool. Then we talked about a linear isolation, which is as you move your hand back and forth, the poise is either going to drop down your body center or pop up your body center, right? And he talks about how if your hand then does the same thing as the poise, say every time the poise pops up, your hand pops up with it, and every time the poise drops down, your hand also pops down. You wind up with a diamond 4-pedal anti-spin front. But if you go back to a straight line and set it reverse it, and say it has to be every time the poise goes down, your hand is going to go up, every time it goes up, your hand is going to go down, you wind up with a 2-pedal in-spin.
Right.
So this also tells us that 4-pedal anti-spin, 2-pedal in-spin are essentially inverse versions of each other, which is why when you're doing hybrids of a 4-pedal anti-spin versus 2-pedal in-spin, they stay in the same timing direction the entire time, right? Cool. We then played around with the idea of what happens if you take a linear isolation one way and a linear extension back the other way, and you do that same trick where you dip and then go over, dip and then go over. This is another way to get a triquetra. Or we can dip and then drag back down along the bottom, and we wind up with a cap.
Right.
Finally, for linear isolations, we play around with the idea of, as you're doing the dip down, it actually goes back behind your shoulder, and as you pop it up, it also goes behind your shoulder, in which case you wind up with a snake. And then we talked about plane breaking, where we were kind of whipping the poi back and forth, and playing around with it in such a way that when you whip the poi to your side, you can pull the poi back out, and then stall it, whip it around, pull it out, and also play around with the concept of, if you say, start with a pendulum, you can then do these kind of horizontal anti-spins. We did an exercise wherein you do that pendulum and you do one stall forward, one stall back, one, 2 stalls forward, 1, 2 stalls back, 1, 2, 3 stalls forward, 1, 2, 3 stalls back, 1, 2, 3, 4 stalls, 1, 2, 3, 4 stalls, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, because that will make you plane breaking.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.